Hello everyone, Yin Yang Dragon here, and today I have covered up another weapon in the Payday 2 Armory. For this episode, we'll be covering up the American M79 grenade launcher, or in this case, in this game name, is the GL40. Of course, this is a single break action 40mm grenade launcher. It's a single shot, shoulder fired break action grenade launcher that fires a 40 by 46mm grenade. And it's basically, of course, used, adopted by the U.S. Army during Vietnam. It's a very interesting design of the weapon. So you can see by the stats, it has, of course, one round. It has 6, rate of fire of 30 RPM, damage of 1300, accuracy of 96, stability of 96, concealment of 18, fret of 37, and reload time of 3.1 seconds. It's also, the weapon got many different names besides the M79. It also called the Thumper, Thump Gun, Bloop Tube, Big Ed, Elephant Gun, and Blooper among the American soldiers, as well as Can Cannon. But now we have a new nickname as the GL40. Or probably the more common name from other people who get killed by this weapon would be called a noob tube. Or people say this is a skill cannon, or the ex-wife. So, although the weapon design itself has been largely replaced by the M203 underbarrel grenade launcher, the M79 has still been used today. So let's actually look at the model of the weapon. You can see it's a very it has a steel design with a lot of wood furniture, especially during the upper part of the foregrip, and largely with the pistol grip and the stock. And of course, you got these little slings at the bottom, little latches you can have to put your sling on. At the front, we have the front post sight along with a flip-up sight. This will help you to adjust the range. Also, we can actually look inside the barrel, and you can see a 40mm grenade launcher. This also comes with a incendiary round. If you bought the Butchered Barbecue weapon pack, you can actually see a red round inside. Of course, yellow is a HC round, and you notice the barrel has a little more like little chrome line to it, or has the shape. Well, this helps the weapon trajectory, the ammunition, fire more accurately at long range. And the reason, and you can see the break action right on the gun, where you can see your character actually operates with the thumb. It has up there looks like a safety, so is either if you either push it back or push it forward, it should be safe. I think if you push it forward, I think it should be safe. But I think if you pull it back, will be fire. Can be in fire mode. And I think doesn't matter which side you actually basically flip the switch with your thumb, either on the left or the right. It will break the action. Of course, it will give you the round. You can get it, remove the empty cases, and insert the new one once the live round goes off. And the reason for the stock to like this is, well, it's meant to be shoot forward, and it's meant to shoot a bit up, just like this. Basically, not really up high, but something similar, like this. something like this, with that shoulder up like that, and you just boom out of the sky. And since it shoots a projectile that actually curves, so you had to aim your target a bit above as opposed to a bullet in this game. And yes, these iron sights do flip up, and if you press by the gadget button, the same thing you do with a laser sight. And another cool feature, there's a huge button right on the trigger guard. If you just press that big button, it will actually flip and actually move the handguard to either side, just beneath the gun, and the only thing that's exposed at the bottom is the trigger itself. And that's basically designed for wearing thick gloves, mostly winter gloves. So I guess this was also designed for snow or winter. And you can definitely see the model of the gun looks really damn old. You can see the wooden part has been kind of skinned off or scraped a bit off. It's like it's been used already before the Payday gang got their hands on this weapon. But still, it's a very cool model. I love the way it looks. Now let's actually get to the attachments. Now there's not really much to offer the round. It does come with its own ammunition, which is a incendiary rounds, which is kind of sad, and sadly we don't have any other type of ammunition for the grenade launcher. I would love to see a smoke grenade round, or a smoke round. Just the same blue smoke round as the Sicario, but the way I would make it balance it out would be you have more ammunition and the damage will be 0, since it's not really meant to harm the enemy. But you can't get ammo drops with the smoke grenade. You actually have to use an ammo bag to refill it, just like a saw and the launchers. That would balance out for the smoke grenade. Next, we have the barrel, which we only have the pirate barrel, which is basically a sawn-off barrel. You can pick any boost you want. Most of the time, people would pick either the concealment boost if you're going for concealment-wise, or team boost for a armor build. And we have the sawn-off stock. And I will show you. I have a much smaller version. Here we go. And you can see it's definitely fits like a pirate-sized pistol. This is something like a pirate would use something like this. I mean, this looks like a mini blunderbuss, except replace the HE rounds with, well, wherever the pellet or stone, what you load with for the blunderbuss. And you can see the flip-up sight in the iron sight has been completely removed. Now it's just very open. The sawn-off stock has been mostly gone. It has like tape around it of the pistol grip, and there's even a little bit of a sling to it, which is now basically useless since you don't have two of them, and plus it's very small. You could very much fit with a pistol holster, and the part of the wooden handguard at the front, a little bit exposed, but you can still open it. And you can see it's much more closer now. But, yep, that is pretty small. Now I'll show you what it's like with the incendiary round. So I have one right here. And you can see the red, which indicates incendiary. And it does perform a little bit different compared to the explosive rounds. Well, that's pretty much it about the M79 talk. It's time to make a lot of boom. I'll see you at the firing range. Alright, here we are at the firing range of the old safe house. Well, not really the bomb, because I figured this one would be much more clear. So we have the M79 in our hands, and let's get this thing loaded. Alright. Fire in the hole. that's a huge explosion, and you can see the explosion did not really reach the door. It just landed on the ground right here, and plus I move it back right here, so that gives you a good estimate where you want to aim your shot. So if I aim a bit up, maybe just touching about the door frame right here, and firing away again, you can see the results is a little bit better. It can actually hit the door. So now we want to see how far this can reach before detonate, which normally should not happen to a grenade launcher. Somehow they can be combust in midair, which is pretty random and stupid. I'll show you. It ran pretty far. Now I'll do the same line again, but this time using the little flip-up sight. Now where you need to aim is a little bit hard, but usually how I would aim is, the way I would use it is, you see this little black dot? It's really hard to see, but it's, I should say close in, but it says like either 200, no, it says 300 meters. I use that little black thing to guide up my shot. So if I would aim right here, I would hit the bottom, but I want to aim at the least the door, so I would aim up right here and do the shot. So I'm gonna try to go a little bit more back. Just a little bit of ammo, because this thing does eat up ammo quite a bit. Alright, if I have the same result, but this time aim a little bit up, I should hit the door. Okay, just about the wall, so I would have to aim a bit up. So I would have to aim about here. And that was a little bit over, but it just takes some practice. So that's how I use it. I do use this for one purpose, and I did use it for a crime spree for killing the driver in Watch Dogs during a crime spree, where I actually load up, if you can see the two parts, right where the front post sight is, like the two little, the V notch at the bottom, I actually use this. I'm gonna use the sight to basically line up the wires. You see the sights I aiming up at the wires with the sights? Well, there's like two chimney pipes when you look at a distance in Watch Dogs. I use that to line up my sight and able to kill the driver this way. Just a little nice tip if you're don't know about the driver. I don't know if it's patch or not. They mentioned in the patch notes, but it still works. I don't know. Write down in the comment section if it's patch. I don't know if it's patched for PC, but I definitely know it's not on console. So okay, this I'm gonna do with the wall, and let's see how far I can reach. Alright, just a little bit off. So I would probably, I also use a little hole, a dot at the sight on the right to help me to guide with my shots. It's just very helpful during, you know, at nighttime or in shadows where you can't see like the black dot. I would actually, and you see, it's completely pitch black. So I would use my hole, my little peephole, and I would probably aim right where the pipe is and probably hit the door. Hit exactly on the money making. Yeah, it's pretty good. Now if I try to use with this, of course I would probably have to aim a little bit up or down. It really depends on the playstyle, what you prefer. But overall, I think this is a really cool gadget. It's a damn shame you can't pair it with a laser sight. Alright, time to switch ammunition. See you in a bit. Alright, we're back with the incendiary round, so let's actually load this thing up, and you can see the tip of the color will be red, as opposed to yellow. Alright. Time to, well, melt this door into crisp. And of course, the fire effect is just like a Molotov, except they don't really last as long, but you do have a lot with you, and you can able to pick up a lot more, so they're definitely more effective as a Molotov, but remember you have to take up a primary slot or a secondary slot, depends on the grenade launcher you use. Alright, so let's see up here. And it gets on the wall. Now, it's actually a lot more different. Of course, with incendiary rounds, you lose damage, but you do have a burn effect, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, this time I'm gonna way back here, and with incendiary rounds, it plays a lot more different compared to explosive rounds. Here, I'll show you what I mean. Look at that, I can able to at least reach the door, and I still aim in the middle. Normally I would have to, with a HE round, the projectile would just fall off. So if I would aim right here, at that door, same with the HE round, I think the explosion would have just dropped off where the entrance of this garage door will be. And if I try to well, use the flip up sight and aim up where it was, let's just aim a little bit up right near the pipes. I basically went a little bit overboard and just basically fire up the fire escape. Kind of ironic where the purpose of fire escape and, well, I light it on fire. So let's actually aim a little bit below the pipe. And I was able to hit it with no problem, and of course that does leave some fire on the ground below ground floor as well. And I'll show you, this thing has basically infinite range. It does not blow up in midair, where I mind you, with grenade launchers and rocket launchers, and also a couple of grenades, with the exception of dynamite, they can be shot and detonate in midair. I don't know if that's actually possible to do, but I guess it's a nice little close attention to detail. But here's the, basically, it has infinite. So, fire in a hole. And you can see, no explosion. It basically has sniping range. And of course, with this, it's not really the best grenade launcher for it. Either the M75 or the GL just does it better. And let's just see by hip firing. It's perfectly. Alright, now let me try use the little hole. And let me see if I can line up with the X. So I aim at the little, look like a water tower or a vent. And it hits right there. And I'm out of ammo. Oh well, that's pretty much it about the incendiary rounds. Now I'm going to show you what it's like to hold it in pistol form. See you in a bit. Alright, I'm back, and you can see how very small this is. It's just so tiny. It's like you can basically fit it with one hand, and sadly there's no option for akimbo versions. But let's face it, that would be stupidly OP. And plus, this would have been a secondary grenade launcher to be supposed to be fitted for akimbo, so it wouldn't make any sense. But you can see when I aim, the iron sights is basically not there. The only type of sight I would have is these two things on the side, which are basically what basically held and basically fit the iron sight into place of the flip-up sight. And now without it, it makes it really difficult to aim with the weapon at long range. Well, normally most people wouldn't really use it anyway for long range, and plus people would just hip fire it anyway, so they would probably either just hip fire it something like this. But as I try to aim at the same spot, trying to aim on the middle part of the door, finding out that actually able to hit close to it. And even though it did lower accuracy and a bit of stability, I feel like it doesn't change much of a difference. Still the same thing, same time to detonate. So I'll do it here again and probably cover up the barrel of the face of that orange thing, of the graffiti. And able to hit it. That was looks like 15 to 20 meters. And let's see, let's try to aim a little bit higher, and maybe if I hit that little orange graffiti, if I probably just cover it, does it really hurt or reach? Okay, that's a bit over. So, would it be better if I just aim it just like this? No, it's just a little bit lower, so just like with when I'm using the regular iron sight, it definitely does take practice to try to get used to landing your shots. Point blank range. Try laying up a shot is no problem. But yeah, that's basically about it. About the M79. And now, for the conclusion. Overall, the M79 is a very unique weapon. After all, this was the first grenade launcher at its time. It did appear in Payday the Heist, and it did appear later as the Gauge Assault Pack, along with 3 other assault rifles. So it was actually a worthy DLC pack to buy. I mean, you get 3 assault rifles, which I actually love, which you get the FAMAS, the G3, the Galil, and of course you get the M79. And it's really awesome. But of course, with other grenade launchers added in later on, like the China Leg, the MGL, the XM25, and the 320 GLM, the M79 is basically get dethroned. But I do have to say, it still has the best concealment overall out of all the grenade launchers. And also, this was my weapon of choice when I played the 1 down difficulty back then, just before the death sentence difficulty came about, and this is where before I met Manon and Tom, and then of course and also rest of the people I play Payday 2 with, and this is when before I do, well, my YouTube stuff. But I really think this is a really powerful grenade launcher. It did get nerfed on PC during the Reservoir Dog update, but during the Christmas update of the Brooklyn Bank, they actually revert the nerf, and it makes sense because this is a primary weapon, and there's a lot of powerful weapons in the primary section. Plus, this is a single action grenade launcher. That means you only get 1 shot before you have to reload, unlike the China Leg, which you have 3 rounds, but of course you have to pump the action, but you get 3 shots. And the XM25, it's semi-automatic with 5 rounds, and it can be like a sniper launcher. So I'm grateful that they basically reversed the nerf of the damage and did not play it on console. But it's a very interesting weapon. Definitely good for a crits and dodge build if you just want a powerful weapon. Plus, if you're rocking with a pistol and you actually like using pistols, but if you want a primary weapon with high concealment but with at least explosive, and you want to at least have a shape like a pistol, the M79 is for you. Now, this is technically a free grenade launcher on consoles, while it's actually still paid on PC. But I still enjoy this weapon, and I'm probably going to use it again for another DSOD build. But yeah, thank you for watching, everyone. Till next time, farewell, and have a wonderful day, everyone. Ciao.